A Nobel Prize-winning scientist proved something that sounds impossible. Your body has a hidden cleanup crew that decides how fast you age, and you can turn it on whenever you want. Think about it. If aging were only about the number of candles on your cake, then everyone born the same year would look and feel identical. But that's not how it works, is it? You've seen 55-year-olds who hike mountains and hop out of bed at 6 a.m. And you've seen others the same age who groan getting off the couch. That gap isn't luck. It isn't fancy genes. It isn't a shelf full of pricey supplements either. It comes down to a repair system already sitting inside you, one that restores your energy and undoes one of the real engines of aging. In this video, I'm going to show you a completely natural process that resets your cellular age in just 72 hours, clears out the internal junk slowing you down, and restores youthful energy without expensive creams or clinic visits. But before we look at that 72-hour reset, you need to understand what aging actually is, because almost everyone gets it backwards. For decades, we've been trained to believe aging is something that just happens to us. You hit a certain birthday, your energy dips, your memory gets slippery, your face starts to crease, and you shrug and call it getting old. That belief is convenient for a lot of companies because it lets them sell you the easy stuff. Creams for the wrinkles, fillers for the lines, tightening treatments for the sag. Those things are simple to market because you can see the problem in the mirror. But here's the truth. Aging doesn't start on your skin. It starts deep inside, in how well your body is actually running. And that's where two different clocks come in. One clock is your calendar age, which just counts your birthdays. The other is your body age, which measures how old your cells actually behave. Scientists can now measure this with real lab tests, looking at things like DNA markers and cellular wear. And those tests predict the stuff that matters: how fast you bounce back from illness, how clear your thinking stays, how strong your defenses are, and honestly, how long you'll be around. This is why two people blowing out the same number of candles can be living in two completely different bodies. One 55-year-old might have the inner workings of a 35-year-old, full of energy and quick on their feet. The other might carry the wear of someone 20 years older, weighed down by hidden inflammation and a foggy brain. Same birthday, totally different reality inside. So what creates that gap? It comes down to a simple traffic problem. Aging speeds up when the damage piling up inside your cells starts outrunning your body's ability to clean it up. And when scientists talk about damage at the cell level, they're not talking about gray hair. They mean actual junk building up inside your cells. Here's a way to picture it. Inside you, tiny workers called proteins are constantly folding themselves into exact shapes to do their jobs, like origami that only works if the folds are perfect. Over time, stress and toxins cause some of them to fold wrong or break. Normally, your cleanup crew spots these broken bits and recycles them. But when that crew slows down, the broken pieces pile up like unwashed dishes stacking up in a kitchen nobody's cleaning, and the whole place stops working smoothly. At the same time, your cell's tiny power plants start losing steam. Their job is to make the energy that runs every heartbeat, every thought, every muscle. As they get damaged, they crank out less power. And you feel that as being tired for no reason, not recovering after a workout, snapping under stress you used to handle fine. Your cells are still alive, just running on a dimmer switch. And it gets worse, because every day your DNA takes small hits just from the normal business of breathing and eating and dealing with stress. A healthy cleanup system catches and fixes those hits. But when it falls behind, the waste keeps building. Your defense system starts treating that garbage like an intruder, and it fires off inflammation. Short bursts of inflammation are fine, that's repair, but when it never shuts off, it quietly cooks your tissues and speeds up the whole aging process. Your brain isn't safe from this either. When broken proteins gather in your nerve cells, the signals slow down, and you feel it as that annoying fog, walking into a room and forgetting why, losing a word that's right on the tip of your tongue. It doesn't crash down all at once. It creeps in slowly as the cleanup falls further behind the mess. And that's the real lesson here. Time isn't your enemy. The backlog of undone repairs is. which means if you want to trigger your body's built-in anti-aging system, you have to clear that backlog. And the foundation of clearing it starts with fixing those tiny power plants inside your cells. Get those humming again, and better sleep, sharper memory, steadier hormones, and a longer life all start to follow. So let's talk about how you actually recharge them. There are 3 ways to upgrade those little power plants, and I'll build up to the most powerful one. The first is a surprisingly short workout. You warm up easy on a bike or a brisk walk for a couple of minutes. Then you go all out, maximum effort, for just 20 seconds. You should feel completely spent when you stop. Then you drop back to that easy pace for 2 minutes, and repeat the sprint one more time. That's the whole thing, about 5 minutes. Those short, brutal bursts signal your body to build brand new, stronger power plants to replace the tired old ones. The second way is feeding those plants the right fuel. They run cleanest on healthy fats, things like avocados, olive oil, grass-fed butter, and wild-caught fish. When you're not flooding your system with sugar at the same time, your body makes a clean-burning fuel called ketones that gives your brain and muscles steady power without the mess. But the third way is the real secret, and it's not something you buy. It's already hidden inside you, waiting. When you trigger it, your cells go into deep clean mode. They hunt down the broken proteins, drag out the worn-out power plants, and can even scrub away damaged cells before they turn into something dangerous. This process literally rebuilds your tissues from the inside. It sharpens your thinking by clearing out gunk in the brain. It helps your muscles recover and your defenses fire up again. It calms that constant background inflammation. This deep clean mode has a name: autophagy. The word means self-eating, which sounds alarming, but really it's your body doing its own spring cleaning, tearing down the old and broken and reusing the parts to build fresh, stronger cells. This is exactly what Osumi won his Nobel Prize for. He showed that autophagy is one of the most important quality control systems you have, and that when it fails, it opens the door to serious conditions affecting the brain, the immune system, and more. When it's running well, your cells get cleaner, sharper, and better protected. The problem is that modern life keeps it switched off. We snack all day, eat processed food, and scroll our phones past midnight, all of which keeps a hormone called insulin high, and high insulin quietly tells your body to store and hold, never to clean. Add poor sleep and stress, and the cleanup crew basically clocks out. So it won't fix itself. You have to give it the signal.
And the strongest signal is fasting.
But here's where most people trip up, because your body doesn't flip into cleanup mode the moment you skip breakfast. It moves through stages. For the first few hours after eating, you're just running on your meal. Around 3 to 4 hours in, your blood sugar and insulin start dropping, and your body taps into the sugar it stashed in your liver. Once that stash runs low, usually somewhere past 18 hours, your body makes the big switch and starts turning fat into those clean-burning ketones. So if you stop fasting too early, you walk out of the room right as the good part is about to start. That's why a longer fast changes the game. Let me walk you through what 3 straight days actually does. Day 1 is the rough one. Your body burns through its easy sugar stash, insulin drops, and it starts leaning on fat. You might feel hungry, cranky, and a little foggy. But behind the scenes, your growth hormone is climbing to protect your muscle, and your body is quietly gearing up for a deeper reset. By day 2, the sugar tank is empty, and you're running mostly on fat and ketones. A lot of people are shocked to find their mind gets clearer and calmer here, not weaker. This is when autophagy shifts into a higher gear and inflammation starts dropping. By day 3, the cleanup peaks. Ketones are at their highest, your focus feels steady, and your body starts waking up fresh stem cells, the raw material for a stronger immune system once you eat again. In the brain, ketones help spark a growth factor tied to sharper memory and learning. Put simply, somewhere in those 72 hours, fasting stops being about burning fat and starts becoming a full-body tune-up. And the research backs this up. In late 2025, scientists at Cedars-Sinai and UT Health San Antonio ran the first human trial to directly measure autophagy during a fasting-style program. And they found that people on a 5-day fasting-mimicking diet showed a real, measurable jump in that cellular cleanup activity, along with better blood sugar and metabolic markers. Even more striking, separate clinical trials found that just 3 cycles of this kind of fasting shaved about 2.5 years off people's measured body age, without it being tied to weight loss. That's the difference we're talking about. Not a smaller waistline, but a younger behaving body. Here's the honest part though. A 3-day fast can backfire if you do it wrong. You don't need to do it weekly or even monthly. Once every 3 to 6 months is plenty, and rushing in with zero prep just floods your body with stress hormones and leaves you with headaches, cramps, and misery instead of repair. So structure matters. Start 2 days early by slowly cutting back on carbs to drain that sugar stash gently. Eat your last meal earlier in the evening to stretch the overnight window. Load up on minerals, salt, magnesium, and potassium because those are what keep the headaches and cramps away. Keep your movement light, walks and gentle stretching, not hard training, since overdoing exercise on a fast burns muscle and spikes stress. Protect your sleep like it's part of the fast, because deep sleep and fasting both boost growth hormone, so stacking them doubles the benefit. And breaking the fast matters as much as the fast itself. Start small with something like bone broth or light protein, wait an hour, then eat a real meal. And stay away from sugar and junk for at least a day so you don't torpedo everything you just built. Throughout, just pay attention to how you feel, your energy, your mood, your morning readiness. Some people get a surge on day 2. Others feel calm and floaty. A few feel wiped out until day 3, then suddenly feel incredible. None of those are wrong. They're just your body showing you where it's healing. We spend our whole lives adding things. More supplements, more routines, more gadgets. But sometimes, the most powerful move is to subtract. Take food off the table for 72 hours and let your body remember what it was built to do, which is heal and rebuild itself. The answer was never sitting on a store shelf. It's been inside you the whole time. You just learned how to switch it on. So I'm curious, have you ever pushed past a 24-hour fast? And what did day 2 feel like for you? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this helped the way your body works finally make sense, hit like so more people can find it.